Good day and welcome to today's Conversation podcast. You are aware that we've been reviewing the history of our country as it clocks 60 years. And today we have a veteran journalist to walk us through, I think, the development of the media in Zambia, the issue of press freedom, and just the role of journalism and the role of the media in the development of our country. I've got Masautso Phiri, one of the founders of the Post newspapers. Honorable Masautso Phiri, welcome.
Thank you for having
me. Where are you, sir? Where are you? You are hiding.
Listen, I'm a farmer. You know, there's life after journalism.
Okay.
You can become a farmer, grow watermelons, quarrel with goats, quarrel with cows, and so on and so on. So,
it's keeping you busy.
It keeps one busy.
Wonderful. The media know you who you are because you were Mr. Chairperson, you are an advocate, you are a publisher. But the young generation may not know who Masautso Phiri. Let's start from there. Who is Masautso Phiri?
Masautso Phiri was 19 years old at independence. I've lived before independence, during the First Republic, during the Second Republic, during the Fourth Republic. That is, I think we can give it to Manawasa or to Michael Sata, I don't know. And now there's a Fifth Republic, I think, which is the current government. So it belongs to that past. But writing, I've been involved even from school, writing stories.
Which schools did you go to?
I'll only mention two.
Okay.
The two is Mazimoyo, where I did my upper primary and so on, and Katete, where I did my secondary education. We were the first ones to start the senior secondary there. We also went through a year where we only had half a year. There was a transition to try and to remove the form. There was a form removal. You know, the whites made sure that at standard 6, you had standard 6 lower, standard 6 upper. So you do standard 6, which is now grade 7, 2 years. Then when you went to secondary school, you had a removal form, like inducting you into being in secondary school.
Oh, I see.
For about 6 months. Then that's when you did your form, your form 1, form 2, form 3, and so on. So that's the kind of education some of us went through, but it taught us to be something. You know, want something else about
what took you to journalism? Because I know you were a man of the arts at school. You must have loved the arts, and you must have.
No, let me tell you, I wanted to be a doctor.
Okay.
But when I finished my Form 5 in 1965, I worked for 2 years. I even worked at medical stores. They're involved in chasing orders for medicines and so on. There was one time we didn't have any vaccine for diphtheria, and the civil servants didn't want to go to finance, so they sent you so that even if you quarrel with them because you are impatient, the drugs will be in. And it used to happen that way. So that's how I couldn't get into medicine. When I went there almost 3 years later, I went there late for biology and chemistry. So instead I did physics. Physics, I was very good at the practical, but very bad at the theory. So I said, so there was this teacher, Dr. Patrick, why do you fail to memorize these theorems, what and what? I said, I can't memorize.
But this was at the University of Zambia?
At the University of Zambia. But what had happened was that I should have gone to the US, but the politics of the day, someone sent the relative to do my medicine there. So I waited, then they said, no, you can go to Greece. But Greece, there was a coup in 1967, so I couldn't go there. So in the end, my friends said, you are just wasting time, come to Unza. So I went to Unza. Now, my first year wasn't good in the sciences and maths. But staying 3 years and to try and get back to those things is a very difficult thing.
Yeah.
So I went to the arts, studied English and history. And you know, history is a very good subject for anyone who wants to understand facts. Whether you are a doctor, you are a journalist, but it gives you discipline, especially if you are doing research. You are able to throw away the rubbish and narrow in and focus on the right thing.
On the facts.
Yeah. So that's why from there, I ended up, because I was doing the arts, now I had a big problem there. I used not to go to lectures. And my lecturers used to be annoyed with me. But I would write the assignments, even to do better than the people who are going for the lectures.
Why weren't you attending classes?
At times it was boring. You go there, someone is
Were you a delinquent youth?
I'm not as delinquent. But what I enjoyed most was psychology. I did lots of psychology. And was I could do experiments, even alone at home, test kids about their intelligence, what and what, and so on. I used to do a lot of that kind of thing. But attending lectures, the lecturer only sees these
reports
assignments coming,
but
better than the ones who attended the lectures. So I was punished for that. My final results, I could have had a merit. I ended up with a credit. So they said, you are not attending lectures. It means you look down on us. Yeah. So that is what brought me now strongly into theater.
Okay.
I set up a group called the Bazamai Theater, Bazamai Travelers Lozi. And it worked well with the cultural services department. When I left for the UK, I left guys who had been given money to buy a minibus, which I left with the Jeff and the other guys, Jeff Stanley and the other guys. When I came back after my studies...
What took you to UK?
I was doing a research degree in the economy of Northern Rhodesia.
Okay.
From 1900 to 1965. Yeah. So it was very exciting because I started the research here, got the scholarship. It was a Commonwealth scholarship. Then in January 73, I went. Came back for more research, went back to go and defend my thesis. I had a thesis with a huge thing, 2 volumes. So yes. they were not amused with me, but I defended it and got my they were called MLit, Master of Letters, which was a bit better than just an MA. Yeah. Yeah. So that's what led me into theater. When I came back after, that's 75, that's when we started Tikwiza Theater.
You're among the founders of
Tikwiza Theater.
Tikwiza Theater, yes.
So, unfortunately, when we started Tikwiza Theater, we were giving Edwin Manda there. That's when we knew that there's going to be a Black Arts Festival in Nigeria. But it was always being delayed. So in 76, it was delayed again to 1977. We prepared a play, which was a communal play, Uhuru and Dongo, that this is going to be one. We didn't want to ask one person to write a play. But fortunately, our friends in South Africa decided to shoot these young people. So wait till June 16. So Panoe wrote this long poem about that. So it was
the Soweto massacre. Yeah.
It was a long poem. It says, because I was in charge of productions, can we do this? I said, okay, I'll think about it, but no, not as it is. Because it means it will be a recital. At that time, I was doing certain experiments in theater dealing with the, acting from the belly, from the stomach. So that can help even to project whatever you want to say. So I said, to
bring emotions.
Yeah, there's something we can do. I did a research on South Africa, the data. selected poems by South Africans, Dennis Brutus and so on and so forth, when Oswald Mchali, put them together with years.
Yeah.
So devised an idea of a human pile, that these students who have been killed, that in this human pile, they rise from there, they say whatever they'll say. Someone will say the year, like the year 1960, Sharpeville.
Yeah.
Da, 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 da. Then someone will go into a poem by someone, like, quite very good poems, the ones I selected.